Good morning, everybody. It's Keto Granny, and I just wanted to talk a little bit about how I'm doing on the keto diet and exactly what the keto diet is. I started, I want to say I've been a yo-yo dieter just about all of my life. I lose weight and then I gain it back. And I've tried so many different diets. I've tried the Atkins diet. I've tried the egg diet, the cabbage diet. I've tried so many diets and none of those really helped. It wasn't until I moved and I lived by this, I lived by a track field that I decided I'd go out and start walking around that track field every day. I mean, once a day. I make sure I go out and walk around the track field so that I could get some exercise in. So I started doing that every day, and I started watching what I was eating. Watching it go down is what a lot of people say. But I started watching what I was eating. Let's cover those up. I want to say, okay, so I started walking around the track field by my house. And I went outside and I made myself a little makeshift gym. I went to garage sales and different things like that and got on Craigslist, OfferUp, and I got a treadmill, an exercise bike, an elliptical, all kind of things that I could, and I just made me a little makeshift gym right there on the side of the house. And every day I'd get up and go outside and exercise, especially during the summertime. I'd get up and go out there real early, and I'd exercise for about 45 minutes to an hour. And sometimes I'd just spend an afternoon out there just exercising. I started off very slow, very, very slow. And I started walking around that field. At least I would do 4 to 5 laps, and then I made a game out of it. I just add on extra laps and add on extra steps every day. So I was always concerned about my age and would I ever be able to lose weight, because I really didn't think that I could at this age. But I was determined, and so I gave it a try. While I was doing that, my stepdaughter was always talking about the keto diet. She was going to start the keto diet. And I started hearing other people talk about the keto diet. So I decided to do some research on the keto diet. And I mean, I did research for several months. For about 2 or 3 months, I did research trying to make up my mind if I wanted to try this diet. One day, I woke up and I got on the scales and I was back up to 317 pounds. And I was kind of upset and I was disgusted with myself at that point, because I had worked so hard to lose the weight, and yet again I had let that weight creep back up on me again. But it was all based upon the way that I was eating, because I was eating what I considered to be low carb, and I was still eating breads though, and flour and starches and pasta and different things like that. And for me, that just did not work with my body. I had to find a diet that I could enjoy, be satisfied with, and stick to. And I finally decided I wanted to do keto. My thing is I felt like I couldn't afford to do the keto diet because I thought it would be very expensive. And plus I had a bunch of groceries that I knew if I started the keto diet I wouldn't be able to eat. So in order to be successful on any diet, not just the keto diet, you have to prepare. And one of the ways as far as preparation on the keto diet is you're going to have to clean out your cupboards and your refrigerator. So that's what I did, and I gave groceries and stuff, to family, friends, and people that needed it. So you can take your groceries and give them to someone that eats those type of foods, because everybody just about eats those type of foods. So you can do something good and let somebody have those foods. You can keep a lot of your seasonings because you'll be using a lot of those. But I'm just talking about the things that are flour, starches, pastas, pre-packaged items as far as cereals, macaroni and cheese, and those type of things. You cannot eat those type of things on the keto diet. So I cleaned out my cupboards, and I had made a small grocery list. I didn't start big at all. I started like with bacon, eggs, sausage, spinach, and I ate those meals for, several days. And then I have other things that I would eat. I had like ham, ground beef, and then I had my lettuce, and then I had asparagus and broccoli and cauliflower. I started out with just a few things, and I had already decided what meals I was going to make. So it did not make for a big shopping trip or big major changes, because some of the foods that were on my grocery list were foods that I was already eating. So I just had to switch up some of my basics. On the keto diet, a lot of people think that you can't eat good, satisfying, and delicious foods, but you can. You can eat just about any of the meats on the keto diet. I really don't even know I haven't ran into any meats that I haven't been able to eat. When you're buying your meats, it's best to buy the fattier versions of the meat. When you want to get your steaks and everything, you want to look for little, fatty deposits. You want some fat on there. If you eat chicken, you want to leave your skin on. So just do your research. And also on the keto diet, you're going to be eating a lot of vegetables. The vegetables are where you get your carbs. That's where I get most of my carbs, is through my vegetables, and that's mostly through my kale, my spinach. I do garlic, onions. I do a lot of onions, but I use those mostly for a lot of flavoring. I cook with a lot of the vegetables, and sometimes I will remove them, like carrots and different things like that, but I will cook with them to season my foods. Also, for breakfast, I have a lot of bacon, eggs, spinach, and I'll put some cheese with it. When you first start out on the keto diet, you're going to eat a lot of fat. I was eating so much fat, and I continued to do that because I didn't really know what to do after I became fat adapted. So I had to do research on that, because when I would ask a lot of people, they didn't really seem to know. I started following a doctor by the name of Dr. Eric Berg. He gives some excellent information. And also I listened to Keto Connect, and also it's Fledge Fitness. So, and Keila Keto also. She helped me a lot along the way. I would listen to her videos, and she has some excellent recipes or excellent ways to cook the food to put a little bit of, I call it a little bit of soul taste into it. So, I have been doing keto now since February of this year, and to date I've lost a total of 92 pounds. When I first started, my goal was to get down to 196 pounds. And I thought that was something I really couldn't do. I've seen it where a lot of people, I've lost 100 pounds. They tell you to eat your meat, your vegetables, but they were also still eating breads and different things like that. So I would try those diets, and I just did not have any luck at all. My body loves carbs. I think just about everybody's body loves carbs. On the keto diet, what happens is you're going to eat 75% fat you want in your diet. You want about 20% coming from protein, and you want 5% coming from carbs. So basically, I just eat vegetables for carbs. Occasionally, I have a fat bomb. And then I make little sweet treats for myself, because I do have a sweet tooth. That was my downfall. Sometimes I just get where if I start eating sweets, I'm just going to eat all the sweets I can. Like in that one day is what I used to do. So if I was eating the Milky Way, then I'm going to eat my Almond Joy. I may want some more candy. Hey, let's add in some cake. Maybe give me a piece of that pie over there. Since I'm eating all this today, I'm going to eat all this today, and then maybe I won't want it tomorrow. That's not how you should eat. And I hear a lot of people talking about, I think they call it carb recycling or something like that. And I don't know much about that. But at first I thought it was, well, hey, on that day, I can do carb recycling. And then I can add in this day where I get to eat all these carbs. And then I just go back to keto. And I did do that because I thought that that's how the carb recycling worked. I did that one time. And not that I ate a bunch of carbs because I didn't want to get too far off the keto diet. But whenever you cheat on the keto diet, and I'm going to say cheat, I mean eating foods that you're not supposed to be eating, you're going to be kicked out of ketosis. But once you become keto adapted, it becomes, you get back into ketosis a lot faster. I have noticed that with myself. If I eat something that kicks me out of ketosis, or I eat too much of something and I get kicked out of ketosis, I do know the foods and things that I can eat to get back into ketosis faster. And usually I do a spinach, kale, strawberry, and a smoothie. And I'll have that, and then I will also have just a black coffee. And okay, let me go back to the black coffee thing, because I won't say black coffee, I have bulletproof coffee. I have been reading here recently where it says that the bulletproof coffee can hinder you from losing fat once you become fat adapted. So I am presently fat adapted, and I am tweaking my diet to see how much fat I need to keep in my diet. And so I was having some problems with that. So I'm doing more research on that, trying to find out if I'm doing the right thing, and then tweaking my diet the correct way. I'm continuing to exercise daily. I do go to the gym. I work out. And that's to help tone my body, because I did notice that my arms were, they've been like that just about all my life, where I had heavy arms and I have like these wing flaps on them. So, but they are improving. They have been improving. So I am glad of that. I hope that I don't have a bunch of loose skin there after I'm finished losing weight. But I'm not going to let that stop me from losing the weight. Some people say that they don't want to lose weight because they're going to have a lot of loose skin, and I guess that's something that they don't want to deal with. But I don't mind dealing with the loose skin as long as I'm feeling healthy. I'm seeing myself lose inches. I see my skin looking better. I'm looking younger, and I love it. So the keto diet has many, many benefits. You're going to feel better. My body doesn't have as much inflammation as it used to have. My hands don't hurt as bad as they used to. I have some health issues. I have like low back pain, spondylolisthesis. I have trigger fingers. I have bad rotator cuff. I have a lot of things that are going on where at one point in my life, these joints and everything were always inflamed, full of inflammation. I know that's what it was, because I used to hurt so bad I couldn't hardly move. At one point, I was even using a cane, and sometimes inside my house I would use a walker. And that was when I lived. I would use a walker, and I would didn't really want anyone to know that. And so I want to say that since I've been on the keto diet, it has helped me a great deal. My body is not full of inflammation like it used to be. And let me fix that again. I feel great. I feel good since I've been on the keto diet. Keto diet, it has changed my way of thinking. It seems as though it's given my life back. At one point, I could not walk from out the front door to the end of the driveway. And you're talking about taking steps around the house just to get up and cook and clean up and do those type of things was one of the biggest chores, and I thought that I was going to be like that for the rest of my life. But once I found out about the keto diet and I tried the keto diet, I want to say the foods on the keto diet are satiating. They're foods that you eat every day. You just have to stop eating things like white flour, but you can use almond flour, coconut flour. There are other flours that you can use, but those are the main two that you use on the keto diet that I have seen or that I use. You have artificial sweeteners, so you don't have to use your sugars. I had a problem switching from sugar to the artificial sweeteners because I've grown up with sugar. Everybody is so used to using sugar. So I had a problem switching and getting rid of all the sugar, as far as getting and still wanting to cook with it and different things like that. I started adding salt into my diet because I do have high blood pressure. And so it concerned me to even eat sodium, but since I've been on the keto diet, I found I do need salt, and I use the Himalayan pink salt, and it has electrolytes in it, and this is a salt that has been around for a long time. I also would like to say that I have a grocery list, and on that grocery list, it's the Keto Granny grocery list. There's a lot of foods on there, a lot of foods that I did not list on there that I do eat, but that can just give you just the basics. Pick out some of the foods that you want to start with, and like I say, for breakfast, 3 or 4, just plan on having eggs, bacon, spinach, and add you some sausage and some other little vegetables in there, chop up some onions, make you some omelets from just getting some eggs, bacon, spinach, and a container of vegetables. You can make several different meals from that on the keto diet, and you can have that for breakfast. Then also get you a big salad and a package of meat, and then make that different ways during the week to get started on keto. Keto does not have to be expensive to get started, and once you get started, you're going to save a lot on the grocery bill. I save a lot on my grocery bill now. I know I save anywhere from $400 to $600 a month on my grocery bill, and that's for me and my husband. So I want to say the keto diet is a great diet. It's a diet that gave me my life back, and it can give you your life back. And you may say, now what is she talking about? Sitting up there talking about this diet gave her life back. Hey, I'm able to get up and walk. I even get out and try to do what I call, me and my husband, 2-step tennis. I try a lot of things now that I wouldn't have done before. I wouldn't have been able to do before because I was hurting so bad and sitting around. I am back being able to work again because I couldn't do that. I have retrained myself and rehabbed myself to the point that I'm able to hold a part-time job. So keto is a great diet if you're disabled, if you're pre-diabetic, if you have high blood pressure, keto has been around for a long time. It was a diet that was used to treat people who had seizures and epilepsy. And so this diet has been around for a long time. It's not something new. And basically our ancestors ate this way also. So the keto diet is a great diet. And I'd like to say I'm insulin resistant. So that had a lot to do with me wanting to try the keto diet also. So if you're diabetic, the keto diet can help with your diabetes. Talk to your doctor, ask your doctor questions. And I guess I do need to add, I am not a doctor or a medical practitioner of any type. This is just my weight loss journey and things that have happened to me that I want to share with others. And the keto diet has been that for me. Keto, intermittent fasting, exercise, and walking. All of those tools have been great, and Keto Granny is doing great on the keto diet. I do have a 30-day weight loss challenge, and that's just something that continues monthly. And just go to Facebook and put in Keto Granny weight loss journey, or Keto Granny, keto diet, intermittent fasting, and exercise. Thanks everybody for listening. And again, this is Keto Granny saying, have a great day.